Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. I am going to review for you the new Physicians Formula products that are out in the drugstores right now. I've got some Insta-Ready Face Primer. I have some Mineral Wear Cushion Corrector and Primer Duo in yellow and green, just like the lid. And this new Eye Primer Duo. Okay, lots of duos. And then we've got this Smoky Nude eyeshadow palette and this Bronze Booster trio of shimmer strobing powders. And there was also a matte one, and there was also an oil that was sold out. There's blush. You've probably seen several videos like this on YouTube. I figured I'll just give you my opinion. I love Physicians Formula. There are some products that are fabulous and outstanding, and there's some products that just kind of miss the mark. Oh, one more thing, and this concealer, which we'll get to that. It's the Insta-Ready Full Coverage Concealer. It is a total, well, it's a container dupe anyway for the MAC Pro Longwear. Is that the one it's called? Anyway. And I figure I need to demonstrate this for you because it's been a while. Me just sitting there talking with a full face of makeup kind of doesn't do much for you. You should see the products in action. So I've been dealing with some facial issues. You know, just my skin has been freaking out, and I was blaming wine, and then now I'm blaming my pillowcase, and I was blaming the Neutrogena foundation. So I'm always blaming something. It could just be me. There's a thought, but you know, I'm always trying to figure out what it is so I can avoid that, and la la la. So right now I'm pretty good. Yes, I'm red. I just kind of always am red. I think it is my Anglo-Nordic kind of background. Is German considered Nordic? I don't know if it is, but anyway, it's just sort of that, you know, pale European skin that I feel is thin and flushes easy and all that good stuff. Okay, so let's begin in the beginning. Let's talk about this primer. It has broad spectrum SPF 18. So I think that's pretty cool. You've got your primer and you've got your sunscreen in here. It's actually a pretty good primer. It has a pump, and the pump you can close. Wait, can you lock it? I thought you could. I am mechanically challenged, but that doesn't mean that there's an issue with this. I thought you could lock it. You know, it says close on there, so let's just pretend somebody better than I am is using. So when you first, I'm sorry I didn't show it to you. It's sort of like the Smashbox primer. It's clear, it feels really slippery, and you're going, is this gonna do anything for me? And that's, yeah. But I have to say, it does a good job of keeping the foundation in place. I really think, welcome nice. Several new people. I saw, I don't know, I think some of you saw my Lucky Bag unboxing, and I got a whole lot of subscribers over the last weekend, and welcome. I'm so excited to have you. My face turns red when I touch it. Just, okay. Just telling you that. Okay, so there's the primer. Nothing more to see really. I don't know. I want to say that it does help with like minimizing pores. It keeps my foundation from settling in my lines, and it helps my foundation wear better. It's not doing anything magic on my face by itself, so not much more to say about that. Okay, next we have the Cushion Primer and Toner. Wait, no, what is it called? Corrector and Primer Duo. SPF 20, again, you've got your sunscreen in here. So it has this really cute like quilted top, and it has a brush that, no, I'm sorry, it's a sponge. Well, let's give her a try. I was kind of anti-sponge. I'm always the one to toss these, and it has that locking sponge area. So let's see. I've got some areas that need, definitely the red needs to cover. So So let's take the green side of the sponge and put it in the green. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip this side because then we can just see, did the primer do enough? Did my foundation cover on its own? And yeah. So this sponge is kind of bugging me. Let's see if my fingers. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so finger gets more product. Here's an FYI for you. Let's take the yellow. I'm just gonna kind of go underneath my eye area to just get any of the dull gonna let that dry a bit. Maybe I'll use this end. The yellow sponge. That's pretty good, right? I don't have a Physicians Formula foundation, so I'm going to use my CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream in 520 Light. I used this in my, I showed you this in my Best of Foundations video. I like it a lot. And I'm gonna use my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. And let's just apply that over the primer. How are we doing so far? Pretty good, right? Gonna do just a little more right here. Okay, so that is primer side alone. It's nice. Let's do corrector and primer. Maybe I need less product and get more coverage. I mean, I'm technically using more product because, I mean, you know what I mean. I am kind of, for some reason, I felt like this side I should do this and then this side I'm dabbing. So I'm sorry that's, but I felt like I didn't want to wipe away the corrector, if that makes sense. So, but I need to be fair. Let's, okay, so what I'm seeing is, I'll zoom you in. Sorry about the light, there we go. This is breaking up a little bit, and this isn't. So I do have to dab over the corrector. If I dab over the corrector, it stays put. And it does a pretty good job of staying poreless and I get more coverage. So that's good to see. I see it, do you? All right. Primer and concealer. So this primer is fine. There is a, fine. This is another Insta-Ready product. So you get 2 tubes in here and there's matte. I had to like squeeze it onto the tube. Okay, so there is the matte. What else is on the back of my hand? Foundation, I guess. Okay, and then here is the shimmer. Ooh, there's a lot more product on this wand. Okay, hi. That is a lot. I am going to do the matte. I feel like, so just an FYI, when I first used this, not enough was coming onto the sponge, but if you squeeze it and you kind of get the product activated in there, I think it'll stick to the applicator better. So I am going to, I should do one eyelid matte and one eyelid shimmer. it feels really light. Like it doesn't feel like I'm putting a ton of product on my eyelid. I typically don't use shimmery shadow primer just because I don't put shimmer all the way up to my brow. So I'll stop, but now you can see how the two apply. This concealer, when I first put it on, I love it. And then after that, I noticed that if you bake too much, if you put too much setting powder, it will crack and look crepey as the hours go by. So just know, if you have a dry under eye area, you want to use it sparingly and also powder sparingly. So a little goes a long way. I got the shade Light. Let me also just say I am very disappointed in Physicians Formula's color range. They, again, I'm just gonna call out companies that don't have shade ranges, okay? I sort of complained about this with the Neutrogena. If you are a pale skin, Physicians Formula is great. But I feel like even in the pale skin category, some of their undertones don't match properly. That's okay, I get it, it's drugstore. I just wish they would get some darker tones. It seems like unless you're light or light medium, that's all the choice you have. Okay, so I'm gonna just put a little bit on the back of my hand and you can see, like, look at that. That is a ton of product, a ton of coverage. It feels so smooth, you know? I mean, it really does have a good feel to it. So I'm just taking a teeny tiny bit. I'm gonna go, kind of already got some with my, just gonna go in where I really need it. That's pretty good. I am liking this side now more and more. At first, when the product was breaking down, I wasn't happy with it, but I can really see in the monitor the difference. You guys, I'm gonna use some Ben Nye Neutral Set. This is a little bit different than the RCMA. I found this on Camera Ready Cosmetics. I think it's $11 instead of $12. The RCMA under eye powder is $12 for 3 ounces. It's like, it's the same thing. I just wanted to try it. You know, I like trying new things, giving you guys alternate choices and, or I should just say choices, right? So I'm just gonna do a little, this is Insta Ready Multi-Finish Eyeshadow Palette. And it is a combination of like neutrals and metallics, and there's a blue in there. And I want to say this is kind of like a 5.5, 6 maybe out of 10. I'm not as thrilled with this. The neutral shades are okay. They have promise, you know, you can just kind of like put those on the lid. Those are the matte shades right here. And some of these are really pretty for, I mean, check that out. Maybe it was, I'm trying to think which one I didn't like. Maybe it was this one. Yeah, so I think of, maybe I like this except for this. This one left a sparkly mess all down my face. And since I'm wearing that shimmer primer, maybe that's gonna do that too. But I mean, the pigmentation is pretty good. This blue shade, let's look at it. That's kind of nice. That's pretty good actually. So maybe I take back what I said. I think just the way these are situated, sometimes it's hard because your brush gets into the shimmers because they're so close together. And then you're like, dang it, I didn't want that. So that, to me, that's kind of my gripe, is that the shimmer shades are intertwined with the matte. And then I'm just getting shimmer where I don't want it. So let me put a little bit on for you. I'm just gonna do a really basic look and see, so that's just these two mixed. I just kind of stuck my brush in there. Oh, that's pretty good with my finger. Oh. Ooh, really good. So this is my BH Cosmetics 102. It's a synthetic. That's good. I like that. Okay, I am going to finish my face and then I'm going to take you to the bronzer trio. All right, let's talk about the bronzer. I love Physician Formula bronzers. They are so fabulous, and some of them have SPF in them, and then you can just take them to the beach and bronze. I don't normally bronze at the beach because I'm usually just fighting a sunburn, so this I kind of wish I got the matte trio as well. This one is pretty. I'll show you. It comes with these 3 shades. It comes with a brush. I think that this is kind of a nice brush for contouring. I don't know if I'm gonna use it for applying bronzer. I'm usually, a bigger brush is for me, but maybe a little bit of highlight, I don't know. Has a mirror, so it's kind of neat. However, I'm not going to contour. It says highlight and contour palette. Nobody is contouring with this brush, with this bronze. I mean, I don't know who is doing that. So I will show you the shade. Okay, so here is the bronze shade. This is so pretty. This would be a beautiful blush for a darker complexion. It goes on so smooth. Then we have gold. That's kind of nice. I suppose if it wasn't labeled as a contour kit, I would be all about this. Actually, that could be a really pretty eyeshadow. That is, woo! I can see little sparkly flecks from the eyeshadow on my cheek. Okay, but you know, that's okay, maybe. Put on this side where I have more coverage. Can you see it? All right, so let's review. I did enjoy I think I like this. Let's look up real close to my face. So I definitely think this side of my face has a more even skin tone. And then it didn't have to work so hard to cover all my little imperfections with the foundation. So I do like the primer on its own. I think it does a nice job of just smoothing the skin before foundation. So I'm pretty happy with that. I have to say I am impressed with the correct, because I really do see this side of my face has got, and that's a piece of skin on my nose. Okay, not a booger. It has more coverage. The eyeshadow is pretty good. The eye primers are pretty good. Even the shimmer one that I didn't really care for is nice, and it does a good job of holding the eyeshadow. Now this part, so like if you like a little bit of that shimmer right there, then this would be awesome for you. And then if you like the matte, which I prefer matte, then, you know, good, right? What else? Oh, concealer. So I'm gonna leave you guys a footnote in the description box to just see how I am still, like I said, the first time I wore this concealer, it really broke down. Well, I should say it didn't crease, it just looked really crepey. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it with the powder on top to see how it does, okay? And yeah, and then the bronzer is really pretty. This bronze palette is really pretty. Again, this side, I like this side better. So, okay. Not bad Positions formula. You're really working hard to bring us new stuff. Just bring more skin tones, okay? All right, well, thanks guys so much for watching. Leave me any comments and I will try to respond. Give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and click that little bell for notifications so you know when I post. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.